Good evening. Hi, fam. Hi, tribe. How are you? Okay. We're on point with topic tonight. We're on point with topic tonight. Tonight's topic, hold on, I'm trying to get my Facebook to refresh itself so I can find you. Hello. And I can see all the comments coming in. Okay. Good evening. Are you guys ready for this tonight? I got some fire. We're bringing the heat tonight. We're bringing the heat. Who's here? Pop on, say hi. I see the numbers rolling in. Hi, Michelle. Good evening. Say hi to me if you're on. Okay, are you guys ready for this topic? Chasing money, romance, and success. It is a thing that I'm watching. It's a thing that I'm seeing. It's real. It's like people that are chasing the money, they're chasing the success, they're chasing the romance. It's a habit and it's a sense and it's a thing that's going on, and it's actually really sabotaging and holding people back in a big way. Hi, Katie. Thanks for saying hi. I want to say there's a lot to it, but there's really not a lot to it. Always makes me laugh when people say us good evening as I'm waking up. Yeah, that's true. Hey, Todd. That is true. Good morning to wherever you are in the world. Good afternoon if you're somewhere else in the world, and good evening to those who are on this coast over here. Hi, my cousin's on. Hey, Saya. Hey, Joey. Thank you so much for saying hi, guys. Okay, so here's the deal. This is what I watch. I'm going to tell you a scenario first, and then I'm going to break it down for you guys so you can really, truly understand this. Oh, I had a couple people asking. The current program is Love Your Way Rich, a 21-day journey. The early bird special ends tomorrow night, just so you guys know. The link to it's on my page, or mandyperry.com/love is the link to that program. 21 days of rewiring your brain to be worthy and feel worthy of everything that you actually desire. And some of this is going to help you understand why that work is so friggin' important. But most people, I feel like, who are in this circle, sorry, my alarm's going off, really understand the importance of that work. So if you have any questions about that, I'll answer that at the end. But yes, the early bird special ends tomorrow night, 11 p.m. Eastern. Just 11:59 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night. Okay, so on topic. Are you ready? This is the scenario that I see, that I'm watching happen. People come to me, right? Like thousands of clients that I've worked with. And most people, when they come to me, they're freaking out about money. They're freaking out about the time it takes to accomplish something. They're freaking out about not getting the results they want fast enough. Or they're freaking out because pressure is on them from a loved one, or from a different scenario or situation that's going on in their life. But for whatever reason, they have these this pressure on them, or they're feeling the need to make the money now, or make the thing happen now, or get the results to happen now, or have the social engagement that they're wanting right now, or they want that romantic relationship, or they want to fix their marriage, or whatever the thing is, they want it right now. And it's like this really like this pressured strain, and this sense of like it can't be good until that thing happens. Now, I completely understand this. Obviously, I've gone through that a million different ways through my journey, going from where I was to where I am now. I completely understand that feeling in that sense. And it feels so true. It feels so true. Like if my marriage was just resolved or fixed, if the divorce was over, if I was making the 100K months, if I was making the 10K months in the beginning, if I got my first 5 clients, if I just got 1 client, whatever it was, right? Whatever the scenario is, if I just had like-minded friends, if I just could be a better mother, if I could just juggle this better, if I could just do whatever the thing is, right? And so we have this sense of it really feels true. If I could just hit 60K months, if I could just hit those 100K months, if I could just hit my 10K months, I would finally feel relaxed. I would know I did this. I would feel confident in myself, and I would stop comparing myself to other people, and I would finally be able to relax, and I'd finally be able to enjoy this journey, and then my energy would be better, and when my energy is better, people would want to be around me, and when people want to be around me, my business would just take off, and everything would be solved if I would just hit my 10K months. Or whatever the version is, right? Or if I could just resolve this stuff going on in my marriage, if I could just feel happy, if I could just find romance, if I could just find a partner for life, then I could finally relax, I could finally be happy, I could refocus on my business, or whatever the thing is, right? And it feels like it's true. Only, most of us actually know better. Tell me if you feel like you know that that's not actually true, but it still feels true when we're in the middle of it. Like it feels like that will be true. And so since we're desperate for the feeling, and I know everybody's heard this, but I'm going to really break this down for you guys, okay? Since we're desperate for the feeling that we're going to feel once we get it, to feel loved, to feel safe, to feel secure, to feel like I'm doing life with somebody, to feel like the money's all set, the finances are all set, I'm debt free, there's money in the bank, or the future's all set, et cetera, right? So whatever it is, it feels like once I have that, I'll finally be able to feel relaxed, I'll finally be able to enjoy this process more, I'll finally be able to feel accomplished, I'll feel like I did the thing. Only that's complete and utter bullshit. It is so untrue, and let me prove it to you. I'll prove it to you. And I watch it happen all the time. I've gone through it myself from personal experience. I can tell you, you started in those 50K months, you think like, oh, magically it's all gonna be relaxed. It's not. It doesn't feel any different. It's just a new level and a new number and a new thing that's going on. Or once the relationship's resolved and like that thing's cleaned up, that's buttoned up, that's done, now it's magically gonna be better. It's not. Nothing's ever magically better on the other side. So listen to me for a second, all right? And I'm gonna tell you guys what to do about this too, okay? So, it feels like if I just could be successful at this, if I just could have the thing, then I would finally feel the way I want to feel. However, what we know is everybody's brain is wired the way it's wired. And when you are used to reacting to something the way you're used to reacting to it, what happened was you have a wiring in your brain, okay? You've literally like what fires together, wires together. So you have neurons and you have neural pathways in your brain. And when something happens and you react to it a certain way, that has become a pattern for you. So that is a neural pattern for you, right? So when you feel scared about money, your reaction is your reaction because that's built inside of you, okay? Now, also, you have the habit. Let's just use money for an example because that's a lot of people's problem. A lot of people have this problem about money. So, also, not only do you have a wired pattern to a reaction to something inside of you, but you also, most of you on here, are the kind of people who are always pushing to go to that next level. You're looking to grow, you're looking to expand, you're looking to learn your lessons, you're looking to call a thing what it is, you accept where you are, you're busting your ass to get to the next level, you're taking everybody you love with you, you're taking care of business all over your life, your finances are getting a little bit better, your family life is getting a little better, your friendships are getting a little bit better, your health is getting a little bit better, all around the area, just consistently growing and expanding and learning things and becoming a smarter, wiser, savvier, more successful human being. So now we have a wired pattern of reacting the way that we react to whatever the thing is, whether it's stress about the money, not hitting that next level, comparing myself to the next person, whatever it is, right? So we have that wired pattern in here while we have the pattern and the habit in the way of being is to always go to the next level, to always expand to the next thing, right? So it doesn't mean that I'm looking to conquer the world and be a billionaire, but it might mean that I want to, now learn how to have deeper conversations with the people in my life, or I want to learn how to take vacations better or have fun, or I want to put that money in the bank so that I'm investing for my future and I have retirement when I'm older. I want to invest in those properties so that I can pass stuff down to my children. Whatever the thing is, there's always a next thing. There's always a next thing. So because we're the kind of human beings we're happy when we're growing, when we're expanding, when we're learning, when we're getting better at things, when we're understanding things better, when we're creating something better in our life. That is when we are happy. You are your most happy self when you are growing as a human being. So knowing that in order to be happy, we must be growing as a human being, it might be smart for us to recognize that since what makes me happy is to grow as a human being, I might want to learn the skill of enjoying the process of growing, which would mean, hey Paul, happy belated birthday, which would mean that we also have to get out of the habit of thinking that we will feel better at the next level, because there's always a friggin' next level, always. And I'm telling you this, if this is about money, right, I'm telling you, that's why they have all these sayings, grass is greener on the other side, yada, 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 water your own grass, right? I'm telling you, you think that when you hit that level, that you'll magically feel something different, and it's like you'll be relieved and you'll be happy and you'll have all these things and the pressure will be off. And like, yeah, on some level the pressure will be off if you're broke right now and then you start making a lot of money. But there's a whole new set of things, and since you've built in the habit of showing up that way, that is the way that you will show up at the new level. So the work for us to be really friggin' happy, and by the way, the same thing that makes you happy is the same thing that will make you a shit ton of money or be successful in the business. I knew Heather was here because I see so many hearts. Hi, sister. Happy birthday. Oh my God, so many birthdays going around. Okay, the same thing that will actually bring you a lot of joy and contentment and happiness in your life is the same skill that'll help you be wildly successful, ironically enough. Isn't that some shit? That it's the same thing. Because when we're at the place where we're feeling like I really want that. Like, I really want that. I want to find my partner. I want my, marriage to be better. I want my sex life to be better. I want this, I want to be debt free. I want to hit these numbers in my business. I want to help this many people. I want my kids to show up this way. I want them to get these kind of grades. I want to set this thing up in the future. Whatever the thing is, right? When we're coming from the place of like that deep really want something, what we're really saying and what we're really feeling and projecting and what we're wiring is like, it's not okay. It's not good enough right now. This isn't good enough right now. This isn't enough. And guess what? When we're telling ourselves the story that this isn't enough, this isn't good enough right now, we're wiring that habit so that every new level you hit, the habit is to look at it and say, this isn't enough, this isn't good enough. And by the way, when it's not good enough, what's the internal story? I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy. That's when I start hearing my clients say, I feel like a fraud. I feel like, who am I to do this? I feel like I don't have anything powerful to say. Or I feel like I can't scale to that next level. I feel like, my audience is used to this certain thing and I'm not going to hit that next level. Or when I go to scale my business, when I go to that next level, I'm worried that, I'm not going to be able to handle that level of pressure or that level of showing up. These are all the things that I hear consistently from people, right? And that is because we went to the place where like, I really want that thing, which means I don't have it now, and I don't have it now because I'm not good enough right now. And I'm not good enough right now, which means I'm not worthy. Now I start a loop where I'm starting to chase, and I'm gonna start chasing things. I'm gonna chase them. And I'm gonna let people treat me a little bit shittier, and I'm gonna let things slide. I'm gonna let the drama come in, and I'm gonna procrastinate on doing the things that I wanna do. I'm gonna start like absorbing all these different content things that have nothing to do with me getting to the specific goal that I have. And I'm gonna start to get overwhelmed because your brain can't handle all these things coming in without actually implementing into your life and like starting to change your life and implement them into your life. It's just like flooding your brain, and then the brain's like, hey, it's supposed to be like this, but I look around and my life isn't like that. Then we start to get overwhelmed. We start to fritz. We start to get cranky. We start to drink more wine. We start to eat more chocolate. We start to do whatever the other things are. I'm too tired to get up and work out. Now I'm gonna get a sore throat. Now I'm gonna get sick. And these are the patterns and the loops that people go through. Does this make sense to you guys? And I'm telling you, the habit of doing that now carries into every level that you go to, but just as importantly, shifting that right now and doing the work to rewire that right now will carry into every other level that you go into as well, which is very exciting because now you're actually enjoying the friggin' process of growing, which is the thing that makes you happy. It is so important. It is such a big deal, right? So the work is for us to recognize, it's really just transforming our consciousness. I mean, those are like cliche words or whatever, but it actually is learning and understanding what the work is, what the important work is, right? So I can push against it and I can try to build my willpower and I can try to show up really big and do all these things and like beat myself up and do all these motivational things and just kind of keep trying to crank myself and try to eat a little bit better, use my oils and use my crystals and do this next thing and read this energy thing and try to clear this and put my incense going and put my meditation thing on and sit here and I can try to do all of these things. But if I'm not actually having an experience, right? It's an experience that changes the wiring. If I'm not actually creating that experience where I'm changing that wiring, then that's wiring. The reaction to what's happening is going to go everywhere because wherever you go, there you are. And what's on the inside, like I heard this scenario one time, I think it was Iyanla Vanzant. She said like an orange. So like if you take an orange and you squeeze the orange, what comes out of it, right? It's not freaking grape juice or it's not Coca-Cola that comes out of it. It's orange juice that comes out of it. And so it's like a human being, when you're feeling these feelings like I'm anxious or I'm chasing the money or I'm trying to chase that next level or I'm beating myself up or I'm getting overwhelmed or I'm not scaling as quickly as I wanted to or whatever the thing is that you're beating yourself up for, because every human does it. Every single one of us is beating ourselves up about something, right? When we're doing that, it's about recognizing that you haven't wired yourself so that when you're squeezed, what comes out is what you want to come out. A reaction that actually serves you and gets you to the next level. A reaction where you trust yourself, you believe in your worth, you know you're damn worthy, and you're actually in a state of overflow to be able to contribute and hold space for the people around you, which is how we all want to show up. That is our deepest longing and desires, to show up in a really powerful way, to serve and love the people around us, and to create really incredible, deep, lasting relationships, to create, success via showing up in the world in a really powerful way and creating healing and leaving a legacy in the world. This is what we all long for. And most of us have heard a bunch of these pieces, but we sort of haven't put them together in a way that makes sense for us, right? So my intention, I don't know why the light keeps doing that. Why it's like clicking on and off, sorry. So my intention tonight is for you guys to recognize what the actual work is and what the experience. So basically what's going to happen if you do the work and what's going to happen if you don't do the work. And what does the work actually look like, right? And so obviously I created a program for you guys to be able to, if this resonates with you, it's mandyperry.com/love. So it's Love Your Way Rich, a 21-day experience to rewire your brain to truly feel worthy and to allow every epic thing that you deeply desire to actually come into your life. Because what happens is, and this is what I want you guys to understand, whether you do it with me or you do this work somewhere else, it's 100% possible for you to shift this, right? It's not about going back and trying to figure out why. Why do I do this? And why is it like that? Why can't I get myself to show up? Why can't da-da-da? You're not showing up because you don't believe you are worthy of having the thing that you desire. And you're frantically reaching at things because you feel like unless I make it happen right now, it might not happen. I don't feel worthy that good things are just going to come my way. I don't feel like I can just relax and I can enjoy this process and I can stay true to myself and I can show up consistently doing the minimums every day. And as I do this, I'll create this really amazing life because I deserve that. That's not what people are feeling on the inside. And it shows on the outside because we're pushing and we're trying to force and some people get manipulative and whatever other things happen when we're chasing after something. So what it feels like when we haven't done the work yet, when we haven't actually rewired what's going on the inside, is you'll sit there and you'll analyze, why is this happening? And you try to figure it out. And then you try to pull in all these resources to like unfuck yourself, right? So that I'm just trying to like unscrew myself and I'm trying to figure all this out and I'm trying to fix myself and I'm trying to do all this work. And the one thing that you're not doing is allowing yourself to have the experience to go in and actually truly get to the place where you feel worthy. Like I feel the work is the work. Let me break it down this way. Ready? I feel like you guys are going to love this. Okay. Hopefully I say this right. This is so important. If you feel worthy of all the things that you desire, you will allow them in your life and you will notice them when they come your way. If you do not feel worthy of the work that's required for you to get there. So in other words, I'm going to say it bluntly the way I believe it, okay? So whatever you guys believe, you can insert your own words here. But for me, it's God, right? So I believe in God. So for me, I would have to believe that God is like, hey, Mandy, here's your purpose. This is what you're designed for, and this is what your calling is, and this is what you deeply long for, because this is what I instilled in you and put inside of you, and here you are on the planet with these longings and these things that you notice and these gifts that you have. But you're going to go through this really traumatic childhood and you're going to go through a lot of really, really hard things. And then you're going to be kind of screwed up. And then you're going to need to do this inner work and this inner rewiring and have these experiences. But I'm not going to let you have those things. You got to have to speed it up and you're going to have to somehow get past all that shit and not really take your time doing that. And you're going to have to sort of speed through and get your way there because I need you to show up on the planet. That is so incredibly ridiculous to me in my head. Like as if I would be designed that way where what it truly actually takes for me to heal and be happy and enjoy my experience and to thrive is not available for me. It's just unavailable. It's just there's so much lack and so much scarcity on the planet and I'm just so unworthy that I can't take the time I need for me to have what I need to thrive and to grow and to expand and to become everything that I was meant to be truly on the inside. So I'm genuinely happy and I'm genuinely enjoying the experience and I'm genuinely having massive breakthrough and success and leaving my legacy on the planet, and I get to have the experience of life that I truly long for and desire on the inside of my body. Does that even make sense to you? So when we're rushing against it and we're beating ourselves up and we feel like it should be different right now, instantly where my goal is like, does that even make sense to you that you wouldn't be allowed to take the time to do whatever the actual work is for you to do? Now, here's the flip side of that. You could, if this is the biggest thing that you have going on, I'm just going to say this super bluntly because I love you guys, right? Okay. By the way, if you're on the replay or if you're here for the first time, please let me know your first time. If you're on the replay, hashtag I'm here. Okay, super bluntly. People will recognize that this is like my biggest problem. This is my biggest thing going on right now. So what we're talking about right now, if your biggest struggle, if the thing that you're stuck with is this sense inside, like I want that, but I can't get there. I'm not able to get there. I know what I need to do, but I can't get myself to do it. Or I keep telling myself a story that I don't know. That's just a story, right? But maybe I'm telling myself a story that I don't know. Maybe I know what to do, but I just can't get myself to get it. And I just keep pulling in all this stuff and I just keep spinning my wheels and I'm not really getting there. And maybe you even have the awareness that there's a sense of like not deserving it or not worthy worthy, or you're feeling a little bit like a fraud, or you're just feeling like I'm too messy, like I'm too messy to create that. I don't trust myself. I don't feel like I'm a betting horse. I feel like a gamble, right? I feel like it's gambling with me. So I don't really trust myself to invest in something or to put myself in a position of showing up to that next level, right? This is the symptom of not doing the work that we're talking about right here, okay? And so what it looks like is you're either going to recognize it and you're going to surrender. I said this to one of my clients the other day. I said, out of all my clients, no kidding, no bullshit, I've never seen someone so powerfully come in and surrender to what actually is like, this is where I'm at and I just fully accept this, which is such a bold power move. It takes so much courage and bravery to do. This is the truth about where I'm at. This is where I'm really at. This area, check. This area, check. This area, crap. Complete crap in this area. This area, I'm gaining some ground there, but I'm really struggling in this area too, right? And just fully own and accept where we were at, and then understand that, like, okay, other people might be way ahead of me in this area, and it's gonna take some work for me to outgrow that area. In this area, I got it covered. Maybe other people are struggling. I can support them in this area. But it really is about surrendering to where you're at, first of all, right? And then the second one, first of all, I watch people resist where they're actually at, and they try to force themselves to be at a different level than where they're really at. And so they'll go hard for a week or maybe a month, and then they crash for 2 months. And then they just keep staying in the cycle. Or they go hard for 2 or 3 weeks and then they crash. Or they go hard for 2 months and then crash for 2 months. Whatever the cycle is, there is a cycle that people will go through because they're trying to be ahead of where they're actually at. It's a very entitled, weird thing that we do, right? It doesn't work. It doesn't, and you know that, and I know it because we've all done it, okay? So the second piece is actually being smart enough, or this one doesn't feel like smart enough. It's really about being humble enough. Oddly enough, I usually hate that word, but it's about having enough humility and intelligence to recognize the areas where we're really struggling and accept that fully, but then pull in conscious resource for that specific area where we're really struggling. So if where we're really struggling is our reaction is I just continuously, I know what to do, but I can't get myself to do it. I keep pushing this line, but then I crash and burn right beneath it. I can't seem to scale. I can't seem to get to that next level. I'm stuck at this place where I just can't seem to break through this place. Or, I keep doing the same patterns over and over. Like these things that are happening, it's happening because there's a story going on in the inside that we're not worthy to have the things that we truly long for. You don't need to know why. You don't need to go fishing back through your past. I've gone through therapy. I've done interventions, all those kind of things. I'm not saying they're bad. I'm saying if that feels good, do them. But I'm saying it's not required. What's required is for you to do the work moving forward to rewire that pattern, which the most powerful way to do it is in an experience, which is why I created a group where you have the opportunity to go through an experience now to actually do the work to rewire this, so that your reaction to things, you're coming from a powerful place, a person who believes in themselves, a person who trusts themselves, a person who has evidence, right? By the end of this program, 21 days, it's the reason I picked 21 days, you will have evidence for yourself that you can trust yourself and that you will back yourself and that you are someone who will show up and that you can trust yourself to go to that next level. And a deep sense of happiness, a deep sense of joy, a deep sense of accepting what is and feeling safe and like content with where it is right now that you are going to take with you at every single level that you go to. And out of that place becomes massive success because you're not in constant resistance in cleaning up your messes constantly. It's easier to live at 100% and to actually set goals and be surrendered to what is and actually be willing to do the actual work and show up powerfully with those things than it is to be at some level where we're not accepting where we're at and I'm showing up 60% trying to do all these big things. That is what depletes your confidence level. That is exactly the path that people take where they lose their confidence right there. That's exactly what happens. That is exactly what it looks like to get there, to lose our confidence, to feel stuck, to feel defeated, to keep going over and over, to spinning our wheels and then pulling in all these resources and getting overwhelmed and then shutting down and then trying to implement a million things. And then we get to the place where coaches are, God forbid, right? And I'm going to say this out loud. I love you guys, but like, come on. Where we're like reading a book and learning one thing and then thinking we're going to run a program on it because we just read it in a book. Like, how did we get there? Does that even make sense? When you legit have so many powerful areas that you've already grown and expanded and come out on the other side of it and like really gotten to a place where you have an expertise about this, you have life experience to back this. This is something that's already easy for you, but we're not there because we're not paying attention and we're missing all the gold because we're in chaos, we're spinning, we're getting worried, we're chasing things, right? We're in that energy. And it's nothing to be embarrassed about because every human being goes through this. This is just normal. It's like your brain's designed to pull you there. Your brain is not designed, your nervous system is not designed for you to thrive and be content and be happy and taking massive power moves to back your life while you're under pressure, but you're handling it really well because you're really secure, you trust yourself, you're confident, and you know where you're at, and you know you're in full acceptance of what is, and you're enjoying the process of getting to where you're going, and you're feeling yourself expanding and getting stronger. That is not what your brain's designed for. Your brain is designed to get you to do whatever the hell you did yesterday and the day before, and that is it. End of story, period, end of story. Let's freak out, let's get crazy, because when we're freaking out and getting crazy, we're on alert, and when we're on alert, we can see if danger's coming, and that's what we want. That's it. Do whatever you did yesterday and be freaking out 24/7 so we can make sure we're okay. That is what your brain is actually designed to do. It's the lowest form of functioning in all of life. That is what you're fighting against. So the way it's wired really friggin' matters. Like a lot. Like it matters a lot, right? So this is why I designed this program for you guys. Let me drop the link for you on here really quick so you have it. Oh, and look, this is the same thing in romance. It's the same thing in every other area of your life. Outer Hebrides, Scotland. Hello in Scotland. Yay. We got people from all over. Where else are you guys from? Okay, I'm going to drop this link for you guys right now. And I say this all the time, and I'm saying it again tonight. We always have people joining well past the early bird special, and people have asked me why I do the early bird special, but of course I do it because I reward the fast action takers. Why wouldn't I? Because when you know the work is the work, you just take the action, you back yourself, you trust yourself, you dig into somewhere deep, you get really clear, like, I'm willing to do the work to have this life. I'm going to stop trying to take shortcuts. I'm going to stop trying to, I'm going to stop pulling in a bunch of resources that aren't even things that are dealing with the thing that's really going on. And if this is something that's really going on, then let's stop and deal with it, right? And enjoy the process and come out on the other side with a deep sense of joy and happiness, and then pass that around, right? People are drawn to happiness like a magnet. The reason that doing this kind of work breeds so much success is because when I wake up in the morning and I feel like a gamble and I'm making decisions all day long as a woman who's a gamble, or as a woman who feels like I'm not quite showing up, I'm not quite there yet, I'm feeling a little bit drained, I'm feeling like I'm chasing the thing, I'm feeling like I just have to make this happen, and I'm not feeling a deep sense of like, I'm here to live this like, this is why I'm here on the planet, like, I'm here to serve, I'm here to bring this to you, I'm here to bring as much value as I can to the table. And of course, as I focus on bringing value to the table and expanding as a human being and enjoying the process and loving my life and really being truly happy, success happens as a byproduct. That, of course, in that state where I'm happy and I'm in that state of overflow, absolutely tons of creative ideas are coming through, and I feel confident, I trust myself, I'm enjoying myself, I'm happy in life. Of course, I'm going to way bolder moves, way braver things are going to happen. I'm going to invest in myself, I'm going to hire smarter, I'm going to be willing to accept that I make mistakes, I'm going to be willing to go for it and fail miserably, because it doesn't matter. Like, there's so much power comes out of this place when we do the work on the back end to clean this stuff up. And the story that we're telling ourselves is a really powerful story. You're a different human being. You literally can do the work to become a completely different human being and make decisions in your life based on that, whether it's your romantic life. I mean, look, okay, here's a scenario. I'm going to compare the two. There's a woman in a relationship and the guy treats her like crap, like really treats her like shit. But she stays and she stays and she stays and she stays and she's stressed out and she's scared and she feels like crap and she hates how he treats her, but she keeps staying. The version of that in business is, I'm just going to keep frantic. I'm going to keep freaking out about everything. I'm going to keep frantically doing stuff. I'm going to kind of invest, but I'm not really going to go all in. And I'm going to kind of have these backdoor things, or I'm going to sort of stay at the level I'm at, and I'm not going to scale my business. I'm not going to hire those new team members. I'm not going to push through that investment period when I'm like, the tension has built and built and built over a few months, and I'm getting to that line, but now I'm going to quit and I'm going to back off instead of slamming down that fucking gas pedal and pushing forward. Like, this is the same stuff. So in the business, it just looks like I'm playing around, I'm pulling in massive resources, I'm overwhelmed, I'm not keeping my word to myself, and I'm not really pushing the pedal to the metal and actually investing fully and actually going all in my business, whether it's to scale to the next level, to begin the business, it doesn't matter. And we're not actually going in and like dancing with the mess and dancing with the pressure and allowing the pressure to be on and becoming the human being who that's easy breezy for them, right? So it's the same thing, right? But yet the woman over here can leave that relationship, and then really get, like, she pulls in support on feeling worthy of having a really powerful, beautiful relationship. And she does the work to have the experience to feel like she's a queen who deserves to be treated really well and hold space for her man and has this incredible romantic dynamic and this deep heart-centered connection, like the soul connection, this like sober, deep soul connection. And she gets to have that because she walked away. She walked away from the messy behavior. And it's so easy to see when you're looking at someone else in a relationship like that, but it's the same shit going on in the business or in success and whatever we're doing for success in our life. And with money, it's the same crap. So when we pull in this specific resource to rewire that, we have massive changes, and the opportunities on the other side of letting go those old behaviors that we were trying to do to sort of make ourselves feel better so we weren't freaking out and we felt like we were moving forward. We let go of those behaviors, and the stuff that happens on the other side is unbelievable. Just like when you watch a person in a relationship that way. It's just harder to see in the business for most people. Okay, I've dropped the link below, so it's in the comments. Is that everything I have to say about this? Chasing money, romance, and success. The work is the work, and you deserve to have, this is, if you get nothing else from this, I hope you get this. You deserve to enjoy right now, to truly enjoy right now and have fun and to feel safe and to feel confident in yourself. Like, you truly deserve to have that experience right now while you're expanding and growing to whatever it is. Like, you are worthy of that right now. Right now, I don't care. I don't care what just popped in your head. I don't care what you've screwed up. I don't care, I don't care how your finances are. I don't care how much you've held back. I don't care who's happened with what's what. It doesn't matter. You were always meant to be right where you are at right now. And it's okay, because we all have different places in our life and different timing where we're at different things in our life. I don't care if you've got an eating disorder going on, if you've got some kind of addiction, if you're stuck in a shit relationship, or if you've broken out of all of that and you're still not going to the next level and you can't figure out why. I don't care. It doesn't matter. You are worthy right now to enjoy your experience of life now. Not later on tonight, not when the program starts. Like, literally, you make a decision right now that you get to that I get to enjoy this journey. I get to feel like I can trust myself. I get to feel confident. I get to know that I'm a person who shows up and I back myself. And I get to actually trust myself to make decisions, to pull in resources for me to expand into that, because I know that I'll show up and I know that I'll do the work and I know that I'm smart enough to trust my instincts. When my instincts say yes, I back that. And you get to start building that trust and building that trust, because confidence comes from action. It's about taking action now, joining the program, taking action, showing up in the program, taking action, rewiring the things in the program, taking action, celebrating every single win along the way as we go, celebrating, shouting from the rooftops when you're done, celebrating, expanding to that next level, all of it, right? It's all about the action and every single step, recognizing and noticing and learning to regain that confidence in yourself. It is something that we have to do the work to build back. It just is. You can't sit in your chair and think your way into confidence. That shit doesn't happen. Right? It's not going to happen. And in order to show up in this day and this age, if we're creating our dream life, there has to be a level of confidence that we can build off of. And that is what it is. Right? Yes. Okay. I think that's everything. I love you guys very much. Hey, Steve-O. I know I missed some stuff, but I'll say hi to you guys after. Okay. Have a fantastic night. I love you guys very much. I can't wait to see you in the group. The start date and everything is on the sales page. I don't remember the day we start. I would have just told you, but I don't know. But it's on the page with all the information, mandyperry.com/love. If you got value from this video, please feel free to share, because this is a message that we want getting into the hands of the heart-centered people, so that we're just doing life together. Remember, we're all in this together. #human. I love you very much. Have a fantastic night. Bye, guys.